up, guys? Today we have a very big anime that we're going to be doing a tier list on, another top 10 of mine of all time, and one of the most well-written anime in my opinion, concise and well created and animated as well. It was also one of the most popular animes of all time, and especially in America too. I remember when this was coming out, it was coming out while I was in college for my later years, and I actually fell off of it and recently finished it all, and by recent I mean it was like the end of last year, so it wasn't super recent. But yeah, it's one of the most popular animes of all time, and today we're going to be talking about Attack on Titan. And it's funny because I used to, being an Asian guy who dates out of his race more times than not, a lot of girls would say their favorite anime was Attack on Titan, and it'd be girls that like didn't watch anime too. They would say, oh yeah, Attack on Titan was great. And I think that's has to do with Netflix, and when they bought out Attack on Titan, or was distributing it as well. But yeah, let's get to the tier list. I'm really excited. I found a good tier list. We're gonna be ranking the S plus as goats. I'm starting to add that to my tier list videos because it's kind of fun. Kind of put my top 1 to like 3-4 people here. And then we got the best with S. A, great characters, good characters, mid characters, then bad characters, and then characters I don't remember. We've got the full list of characters right here. It's not as long as I thought it was going to be, but I do want to establish that with Attack on Titan, it's really hard to put many bad characters. I can already see this being a top heavy list because a show like Attack on Titan wouldn't have gotten so renowned without great character writing. It's not my personal favorite of all time, but it is one of the few objective animes that you can't deny how great it was written, nor the characters. And so I can't really see myself having more than like maybe 3 or 4 bad characters, but let's see. We'll find out. All right, right off the bat, we have Annie. Annie's a fun character. Again, huge spoiler alerts. I mean, if you're watching this video, you should have already seen Attack on Titan, but Annie was one of the first announced, not the first, but one of the first announced characters that was actually secretly a Titan. She was one of the shifters for the girl Titan or lady Titan, or I think in the show they said female Titan. That was the official name. But Annie was a really cool character even from the beginning. She was very cold at the start, and she taught Eren something important, and with the technique that you can be smaller and still win a lot of fights. And also the relationship with Armin was also goofy. I actually do ship him. I think it's kind of cute. But yeah, Annie was actually a really cool character. I think she was really well written and had a lot of layers to her, especially in the later end of the series after the time jump. And you see that even her, a character that has a troubled past, is conflicted with the debate on what is humane and what is morally correct. And I think they written her character very well. And the plot twist of her being a shifter was amazing. Great character. All right, we have Armin. I have a very controversial debate with Armin and mixed opinions with Armin, because at the beginning of the series, Armin is a very whiny character, and he is just like super insecure, unconfident with himself and his decisions. And then later on in the series, he does gain some confidence with the likes of Hanj, Erwin, and Levi trusting him and being such great leaders, trusting someone like Armin with strategy. He is a great technician and strategist for the world of Attack on Titan. However, he is a little bitch. I'm not gonna lie. Everything he does, he just complains and whines, and he just bitches all the way to the end. Until the end, he kind of understood everything, but God. And then he also ended up inheriting the Colossal Titan, which was so interesting that he was the one to, become the Colossal. Yeah, he's like a nuke. This is tough because he is one of the OG3. I want to put him high, but my guy is a whiner. Although he is a very necessary character to the plot and serves a great purpose in Eren's life, I'm going to put him at the end of great next to his lover. Borderline good character. If he wasn't so whiny, he'd be even in the best. But yeah, I'm okay with putting him there. All right, we got Berholt, or the original Colossal Titan shifter, being friends with Reiner. And Berholt was an interesting character. He was a very plot divisive character that served as almost another look into the other side of things, which is the Marley side of things. And he was a soldier that was sent out to be, that guy. I mean, he was a Colossal Titan. To inherit something so big, it's a big role to play. And I really liked his relationship with Reiner. And I really liked the constant struggle that he had at the end of his life where he didn't know what he was doing was right or wrong. I mean, the great thing about Attack on Titan on the relatability is the sense of, not really racism, but racism. I mean, the segregation and the hate of another culture and race, like it was so huge in the story. And Berholt served a great purpose in this. I think he was a really good character, a borderline great character. God, I don't want to just dilute great. He might move up to great, but he was a shorter served character. So for now I'll leave him in good. All right, now we got Aaron's mom, or Carla Yeager. Carla, doesn't have much screen time as many of the characters, but she did serve a great purpose at the flashback stories and the beginning of the story where the first Titan appeared, which was the Colossal Titan, which we later find out was Berholt. But she gets crushed and served as a big catalyst for both Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, the trio. And yeah, I mean, she's a good character. She also has an interesting lineage. I think she's served a great purpose in the story, but again, she didn't get much screen time. I'll put her as a good character for now. She borderline mid though. All right, who is this? Let's see. For some reason, I cannot remember this character. I don't know. I think they're Marleyan. I'm not sure. If you're in the comments, comment who this person is. Also, this is a good time for me to point out these anime tier list videos are so goofy because I've never gotten such mixed reviews on my videos as these. I know anime fans like me, myself, are very hardcore about who they like and who they don't, what animes they like and so forth. But it's just funny to me. I mean, I hope you guys just appreciate that, we're just out here making a video. That's all it is. Show me some love. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, or not. If you don't like the tier list, you have all the right to dislike. But yeah, comment down below what you guys think about these tier list videos and also these characters, because I want to know your guys' opinion. All right, so I don't remember this guy. Yeah, again, comment down below if you do. All right, we got Reiner. Reiner is actually my favorite Marley character. I know that's going to be a hot take because I know some people absolutely hate him, but I think he has the best depiction of a true PTSD, a conflicted character, doesn't know. I mean, he has like multiple personality disorder in a way. Like at one hand, he thinks he's a soldier. The other hand, he doesn't know what is going on, and he's actually Reiner. He's full on what is it called? Method acting, essentially, and it really f's up his brain, and he doesn't know what's going on. And it's a show that, if you throw kids into war, that's likely what could happen. And he's very conflicted, and at the way end, he ended up being a very good character, and just like Annie kind of understood that there is no right or wrong, and it's just you make your own decisions in life. And he's a great character. I'm gonna put him in the best. He's actually my favorite Marleyan. I think we'll see if there's anyone else on the list that really pulls up. But yeah, love Reiner. Honestly, underrated character. I've talked to many people, and a lot of people don't like him, so I'm a huge fan. All right, we got Connie. Connie's an interesting character because I feel like Connie didn't really serve as much of a plot device until later in the series when they introduce his mom and his battle for possibly curing his mom, letting her eat Titan. But Connie is sidelined, and it's unfortunate. He doesn't get much screen time. He's a fun character. I'm gonna put him at the way end of good. I think I'm gonna move Aaron's mom to the way end of good. Connie would stay right here. Again, he's a borderline mid character. All right, and then the next character I almost forgot. I had to go onto the wiki, but it's Eren Kruger. He's the guy in the flashbacks of the olden days where he was the spy for as a Marleyan officer, and he helped a lot with the restorations of the Eldians, and he is actually a very cool character. Honestly, was a key in saving many people's lives, and without him, Grisha and his sister would have gotten murdered, bro. Grisha would have. He's a good character also. This is hard because I really don't think there's gonna be many mid or bad characters. I'm gonna put him. He actually had more to do with the plot than Connie even. I'll put him there. All right, we got Eren Yeager, the main character, the MC. Eren is an amazing character, very complex character, and as much as I hate the time skip Eren, when he was just like mega emo Eren and just was on the brink of everything. And again, with the movie at the end, you kind of understood why Eren was doing everything he did. But that part wasn't the funnest part, but young Eren was amazing. He was very fun. I loved Eren as a character as a whole. And without him, the story wouldn't have been anything. So it's kind of hard to not rate the MC as the best, but he is going for now as the best character. All right, we have Erwin. Erwin is fucking badass, bro. I don't care what anybody says. He is the Captain America of the story, prim, proper, but understood that, everything is more than yourself. Like, your purpose is to serve and there is, I'm trying to say it correctly. So there is more in life than just you. And I appreciated that because he was really willing to sacrifice himself. And his primary objective was truly to find the truth behind everything because of his father. And I really respect that. I loved Erwin as a character. He was fucking badass. And even when he was sidelined, he was still cool. And as a strategist, I mean, one of the smartest characters in the show for sure. He's going in the best section. I think he's going to go right behind Rainer. They're pretty neck and neck for me, though. All right, now we've got Falco, one of the Marleyan potential soldiers. And, he was, well, essentially he is a soldier, but he, poor kid. He had a good heart, and he is one of the few young characters that really understood kind of the situation. And I felt so bad for him when he found out that he led Eren to everyone and everything, and because he was really trusting of Eren, and he's actually in his own right a great character. I think he's gonna go tough, man. I don't know if I want to put him in great. I think I'm gonna put him at the top of good, and I'm gonna move him right behind Bearhalt. I think if it wasn't for the fact that the time skip arc was so short, he would have been much higher. But I do really like Falco as a character. He's a good kid. And again, a good kid. So be good. All right, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't really remember this character. I vaguely do. I know he's in a scout regiment by the way that his armband is. I'm trying to find it online, but honestly, I don't even think they have him listed in the wiki. So if you guys, for any reason, know this character's name, let me know. I'm putting him here for now, unless I miraculously remember who he is. All right, now we got Freda Royce. Is it Race? Race, I think. The Royce family of the royal family, the bloodline of the founders, and she was the last, I think, known founding Titan before the founding Titan got merged with the Attack Titan, at least with the whole thing with Eren's dad. And Freda is a fun character. She honestly did her part really well, and she played the role, and she was actually really nice. Of the Royce family, she was one of the few that was nice. She didn't want to do everything that she had to, but she knew that she had to because it was her job. I think she's similar to that of Eren's mom. She served a purpose in the story and was a great plot point, but didn't do too much besides that. So I'm gonna have to leave her here because, again, she was short with screen time, and that's just because she wasn't like as big of a character as some of these others. All right, we got Gabby. I am gonna get so much hate. Go ahead. Get ready to hit the dislike button because I hate Gabby. Gabby was one of the most annoying characters and she was the worst, bro. She thought she was everything. She was super cocky, and on top of being super cocky, dude, she shot one of my favorite characters and killed her. Sasha, bro. Dude, Gabby sucks. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, okay, I understand why she did it. She was brainwashed as a kid, thinking Marleyans are the best and Eldians are the worst. I completely understand that. And I will say, if we're looking at it from an objective standpoint, which this tier list is not objective, by the way. This is a subjective tier list on what I think. But if we're looking at it on an objective tier list, she is an important character. She mirrors Eren, and just in a Marleyan way. And then you can see her point of view shift at the end. But I don't know if it was her voice actor for the dub or something, but she was super annoying. I did not like her, and honestly, I'm going to put her in the bad because I didn't like her and she's annoying. All right, we got Eren's dad. So Eren's dad is Grisha Jaeger, an original Marleyan that came to the Eldians, helped them out, and also had the powers of the Attack Titan and eventually passed down and everything like that. But great character. I mean, God, this is tough because he served such a big role in the plot. I think I'm gonna have to. I mean, the flashbacks was important too, and the whole thing with the key. I think I'm gonna move Bearhalt up to great because I actually do really like Bearhalt, and I'm gonna put Aaron's dad at the end of great too. Yeah, I think that's good so far. It's like stairs. Look at that. All right, let's go on. Oh, Hanj. Hanj was fucking awesome, dude. She's going to be one of the best characters. Hanj was super fun. She was also the mega ultra dork and actually empathized for Titans, which was rare in the Scout Regiment. She empathized and wanted to learn more about them, and she even gave them pet names and stuff like that. But she was a huge role, and God, her death. So like sad. She was one of the leaders of the Scout Regiment after Eren, of course, and also one of the smartest as well in the story. And she was just super fun. Every time she was on screen, she had great charisma and really took over the scenes. And yeah, great writing. I loved her, so I'm putting her in one of the best characters easily. Oh, we have Hans. Or Hannes. Yeah, I think. Such a dope character, man. Poor guy. I was so sad when he died, man. He promised that he would look after the trio, and he did, in a way. I mean, he really did. He is just, Hans is that guy, bro. Like, cool as hell from the beginning of the story. I mean, he was just almost gave me a Derek from Teen Wolf vibe, where he was just kind of like, but then actually does care, like, secretly about all the kids, and served a great role. I think he's gonna go in the great section. He's gonna go above some. Honestly, I like him even more than Armin. I know that's a hot take, but he's going up there for me. All right, we've got Historia. Historia is a huge character in the beginning of the story and all the way technically to the end, but mostly at the beginning of the story and also during the arc where you find out about the Reese. She is of the Reese family. I believe she was technically a bastard, but she is a huge key into the story. She becomes queen, this and that. But Historia also, at the beginning, you see so much of her as when she was in the cadets, and she had that interesting relationship with what's her name, Ymir, where they like loved each other. And I honestly, Historia is a really great character. She would go higher if she served more of a purpose once she was crowned queen, but for that reason, I mean, even when she was queen, she did a lot. They're gonna put her right behind Bearhalt. Yeah. All right, we got a later character in the timeline, Hitch. Hitch was a fun character, and by fun, I mean she was mean. She honestly served, I wouldn't say as comedic relief, but she was very mean to, she was extremely mean to Marlowe, which is one of the characters that we followed since the Cadet Corps. And, she ended up having a huge crush for him. And she's a very sideline type of character. Again, doesn't get extremely a lot of screen time, but I'm going to have to put her mid. She's not a bad character by any means, but she just doesn't serve much of a purpose. All right, now we have one of my absolute favorite characters, John. This is going to be easy for me. He's going in the best section. I actually think he's going to go higher than Bearhalt because in the beginning of the story, he reminds me a lot of Game of Thrones Jaime Lannister, because he had a huge redemption arc. At the beginning of the story, he was an absolute cocksucker, and he was super mean to Eren and everybody, but, while having a huge crush on, I believe he had a crush on Mikasa, but that was like at the way beginning of the story. And then John, he originally wanted to be in the military police, kick it, eat back, but then he joined the Scouts, and I think once he joined the Scouts, everything kind of changed for his life. He honestly found his own purpose. Then he fell in love with his friends and was just absolutely that guy. And at the end, man, he served such a big role. I mean, he's one of the few characters that isn't terribly overpowered with any Titan powers or anything like that, but he served such an amazing role at the end. And without him, I don't think they could have pulled off everything. I mean, he was one of the finishing blows. I think Mikasa was the one to do the final blow, which made the most sense, but he served a huge role in that founding Titan fight with Eren. Yeah. All right, now we have Keith, the leader of the Cadet Corps, or the primary commander, as you would say. Keith was awesome, bro. Keith, from the beginning to the end, I mean, beginning of the story, he was kind of just like that hard ass, like cadet leader. Oh, I'm going to tell you do this. But at the end of the story, you find out that where his heart really is. And God, I love the flashback that they had where he was in love with Eren's mom, but knew that some people are just born for greatness, but at the same time, it contradicted everything when he actually did end up serving a huge role. He sacrificed his life for such a great purpose of the story. Without him, a lot of things wouldn't have progressed in the later seasons, and he really did look out for Eren, man. Like, and the whole group, bro, and all the Eldians. He's a great character. Probably one of the most underrated characters. God, I really want to put him in. I don't want to put him in. I think he's gonna go at the way top of great for me. I know that's a hot take. I really liked him. The ending of his story was just brilliant, and yeah, it's great guy. All right, we got Kenny Ackerman. Kenny. One of the most badass characters, kind of like a rogue character. Straight up, just they would assign him missions just to purely assassinate people, and he was an Ackerman. He was related to Mikasa and also Levi, and God, I mean, talk about a actual badass character. He gets layers in the story once they start talking about his past and his relationship with Yuri Ruiz, which is one of the founding Titans as well, or founding shifters. And yeah, Kenny's a great character. God, it's really hard to put any bad characters. I actually like Kenny more than Eren's dad, which is a hot take, but I think he's just badass. And then his ending was also really cool. He was a short-served character, gave me a very much Red Dead Redemption vibe. I liked him a lot. This show is going to be really hard to put mid and bad characters, as you guys can see. All right, now we got Karl Fritz, which is essentially the Puppet King, and it's just funny that we just talked about mid or bad characters because I actually think this character is a mid character. Didn't really serve much purpose at all. He was just a puppet. He wasn't actually of the royal family at all, and yeah, that's about it. I don't want to put him in bad because he didn't do anything at all, so I'm just gonna put him there. All right, we got Kits Werman is the name pronunciation, I think, and he is one of the leaders of, or I think he is the commander, let me make sure, of the Garrison Regiment. Is he the commander? Yeah, he is the captain. And he also is one of the few characters that came out of this story alive. So Kits is kind of an annoying character in a sense of like, he was really pressing Eren during the time of like the whole, he didn't believe. He didn't trust the process and he was ready to shoot him down, but he, thank God didn't. Extremely tense and stressful character. And yeah, besides that, I don't really remember too much. So I think I'm going to have to put him in mid. He will go to the top of mid though, because I actually do think that he served some purpose versus these guys. All right, we got Kiyomi, who believes that she is related to Mikasa. And she is from another land, like I guess Japan or wherever. I don't know. I don't even know if these places are like really accurate because they're all fictional, but fine character, I guess. Like she didn't really serve purpose. So for the first time, we're actually getting some mid characters. Yeah, she gets a little bit more screen time than Fritz, so I'll put her a little bit higher, but not that pinnacle besides the whole like drama scene with Mikasa, I guess. All right, now we got Lara. I think, what's her last name? Tiber? Yeah, Lara Tiber. She is the inheritor and shifter of the Warhammer Titan. I don't think on this tier list there's specific Titans, so I'm going to have to base her off of her Titan because we really don't get to see much of her as a normal character. So I'm just going to base her as the original Warhammer Titan that fought Eren. Pretty badass character. We don't get to see too much. I'm gonna have to put her in good just purely because she was fucking badass. The Warhammer Titan's so cool, but we don't really get to see much of her. So end of good. All right, Levi, get the fuck out of here. Too fucking easy. He's going in the GOAT section. GOAT tier. He might be there alone. Who knows? I might move up Eren at the end. We'll see. But Levi, dude, coolest anime character in Attack on Titan and top maybe 10 or 15 characters of all time in anime, in my opinion. I'm gonna say top 15 to be safe, but Levi is everything I wish I could be. A short, black-haired man that was absolutely badass, but I'm not badass, sadly. He is just soft, like a man of few words, but many actions, just absolute badass. And if you guys didn't know, I actually have a big tattoo of Levi on my thigh. Right here, you guys definitely can't see that, but that's Levi, and it's freaking badass character, in my opinion, the coolest character in Attack on Titan, hands down. All right, yeah, I don't know what else to say besides absolute thuggy McThug. I'm gonna talk about him because I feel like I talked about so many other characters, even though he doesn't need to be explained at all. Levi is just really that guy. He's that guy in the anime from the beginning, was just an absolute killer, and to the end, and also like the sacrifices. And bro, I'm not gonna lie, the only time I actually cried in this story, a lot of people cried during the Mikasa funeral, but like the Mikasa moment where realizing Aaron's death, right? I actually cried when Levi handed out the lollipop to the kid as kind of a sign for like, everything kind of going full circle. And he's one of the few that actually survived everything. I also appreciate his relationship with Kenny. And yeah, man, there was that one scene where he just was willing to die and really risked it all and just took out like a million Titans, bro. Like that shit was so fucking badass. Yeah, coolest character in the show, in my opinion. I'm sorry, not sorry. That's just my take on it. All right, guys. So I just realized something that I messed up on in this tier list, and that's Reiner. This is actually Reiner. I just realized that as I saw this pick. So this is not Reiner. This is Colt. They look so similar. He looked like a better animated version of Reiner, like in the later seasons. So I got him confused. But I am gonna swap that out. Colt, though, on the other hand, being one of the Marleyan soldiers, he was extremely close to his brother Falco, and his brother looked up to him. And Colt was a solid character, didn't get much screen time though, and he did serve a purpose before he did die. I'm gonna put him in the good section. I would put him near the end of good though, because we didn't get to see too much of Colt. I think we saw more than the Warhammer, but yeah, I'm okay with keeping him there. All right, we have now Marcel. Marcel Galliard is one of the soldiers as well of the Marleyans, and he was actually one of the only like really nice soldiers. He was not like Annie where he was cold. He was actually really nice, and he was really nice to Rainer too. Very short-lived and short stint, but it was a true hero helping them out. If you're in the Marleyan side, he even though he had less screen time than even Cole, I would put him a little bit higher because of his significance. So I would put him right here. I'm good with that. All right, we have Marco. Marco died in, I think it was the Battle of Trost, when they try to retake it. It was really sad, and also Marco's death was huge on Reiner and Berholt, and also like, yeah, he was a good dude. He was like a genuinely good dude. Wish he did live longer. I think he would end up higher if it weren't for that of not getting enough screen time. I think I'm gonna put him right behind Connie. All right. Now we have Marlowe. Marlowe was one of the MPs, also a Cadet Corps member, and he actually loved all his cadet members later on in the story. He also had a relationship with Hitch, who we ranked earlier, or a weird relationship. It wasn't actually like a relationship, but at the end of it all, he served a good. He did good. He was a good guy. Like he actually had good morals, and at the end of it all, he actually regretted not being a scout too, which is pretty funny to me. I'm gonna put him. Yeah, I'm putting him right here. All right, Mikasa, one of the main characters of this story, one of the main three with Armin and Eren, and Mikasa is absolutely badass. Also awesome that she's an Ackerman. We find that out later in the story. She makes sense because she's an absolute fucking G, being related to Levi and Kenny as well. Mikasa is truly an interesting character because at the beginning of the story, she was kind of one-dimensional, where she was just kind of like mega emo, in love with Eren, protected him in all ways, and then later in the story becomes just a warrior like character where she just is badass and just kills people. But she had less layers than that of Levi when you find out more about Levi. But then it all comes full circle when you find out, especially at the end, the whole truth behind everything with Eren. Extremely sad character too, with the ending, having the one love of your life die, and then also like troubled beginnings too, which makes sense as to why she was so emo at the beginning of the story, where her parents get killed and she witnessed it, and Eren was that guy for her that helped her get out of that situation. And I think for that reason, Mikasa, for me, she's not going to be a goat. I know she's a lot of people's goats, but she's going to go in the best section. I think for me, she's right behind Eren. That's neck and neck. I might if we're counting late Eren, it would go like this, because I like Mikasa more. And you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, I like John a lot. I think I'm going to actually put Mikasa right behind John. I think that's, for me though, I could see anyone, I could see you guys mixing all these characters around here in the best and goat section. But yeah, I'm actually going to change this to goat, because that is the only goat. All right. All right, we got Mitchell, another scout member, one of the best. I think he was considered the second strongest scout, or like most kill count scout behind Levi. And yeah, he was an absolute fucking unit. Great sense of smell. Sad that he died at the end of it all, but he died in a very honorable way and protected a lot of people. And he was cool. Yeah, he was another short-standing character, but absolute badass when he was on camera. I think I like him less than Connie because Connie got more screen time, but he was effective in the times that he was on. All right, we got Anya Capone, or the like soul, like kind of black character, but he served to show that there was a lot more in the world. I know when he was explaining, there's like, dude, there's like so much more than just this little island, bro. And he was technically one of the few like great characters. I mean, he was a good character to the end of it, and it was sad that he died and got executed and all. But you know, I liked him. He's a good character. I don't want to rate him too high because again, he didn't have too much screen time. I think I would put him right behind these guys. I might put him above Colt. Actually, I'd put him above. Yeah, behind Marlo. Yeah, I'm good with that. We have Oro, one of Levi's handpicked warriors to be on his team. He had a very high kill count, and he died at the hands of Annie, or the female Titan, during that arc. And yeah, he was pretty badass. Again, I mean, we don't get to see him too much. I think I mean, he was cool on the times that he was on screen. He was pretty cool. So I think I would put him borderline mid, but good type beat. All right, who's next? All right, we got another member of Levi's team, Petra, who fights during the female Titan arc and also looks after Eren. Had a soft spot for him as well. She was a really nice character. Again, two-dimensional, well, not two-dimensional, but essentially a character that just served the purpose of being in Levi's team. And in that Sarge, also very sad when Oro died, and she also went after and also died. But yeah, I'm gonna have to put her. I liked her a little bit more than Oro, actually, so I'm gonna put her right there. All right, now we have Peak, or the Cart Titan. This was a fun one because the Cart Titan is the underrated Titan. She can turn into the Cart Titan almost like a cajillion times instead of some of the other people getting worn down. She also the most durable Titan, can go around, and she served a huge purpose at the ending battle, the final battle. And Peak was, I think her human form, she was fine. She kind of just was a soldier that didn't have too many layers, but when you see the Cart Titan and its job, I actually really do like Peak in her character. I think she's gonna go near the top of good. Gonna put her pretty high up here, actually. I'm gonna put her right behind Connie. I actually did like the Cart Titan and Peak, especially at the end of the story. All right, now we have Porco. Porco was kind of a bitter guy. He was resenting everything over what happened to his brother. And he was bitter to the end until he finds out about his brother and the truth of everything, and how Marcel was lying to the Marleyan army. And yeah, he was fine. I think I'm gonna put him near mid. Yeah, I'm gonna put him at the top of mid. There we go. All right, now we have Commander or Captain Pixis. Pixis was freaking sick. I mean, he truly embodied, I'm going to do what I think is best for my people and humanity. And I really like Pixis. I also liked that he gave Eren a chance, and he also gave a lot of the characters a chance. He was more of an unbiased character and even served as a heel in certain points of the story, but I always was rooting for him. Pixis was cool. I think he's going to go in the great section. I think he's going to go at the top of great, dude. He's borderline best characters. He was really cool. Yeah, if he had more screen time, he'd be in the best section for sure. All right, we got Rico. She was one of the garrison members, and honestly, I don't remember her too well besides that one mission where they were supposed to protect Eren. Besides that, I really don't remember her well. She did have a soft spot for them, and he worked with this dude, the commander of the garrison. She was fine. I feel like it's only fair to put her next to here because I don't really remember her too well. All right, we have the Royce. What's his name? Rod Royce. Dude, this guy turned into the ultimate abomination Titan thing. Rod was inherently greedy, but understandably. Oh, by the way, I have no clue when the camera cut out, but we're back. Rod was inherently, yeah, greedy, but he was understandable because he wanted to, go back to the old ways of how the Royce family always had the founding titans. I understand. I didn't like what he was trying to do to Eren because it was pretty shitty, and he was making Historia do it too, which was like not cool. He was also manipulating her because he did not care about Historia at all in the early. Honestly, I don't like Royce. Now that I'm thinking about it, Rod kind of sucks. I'm gonna put him in bad section. We got to have somebody here, right? Objectively speaking, he is a good character, but I don't like him, so I'm putting him there. All right, Sasha, my wafu pick right here. I loved Sasha from the beginning of the story to the end. I'm gonna put her right here. Yeah, Sasha was fucking awesome. She was a comedic relief at the beginning of the story, being the potato girl, taking it, just being so hungry and being willing to do anything to just get more food. But later on in the story, she does build a great bond with the team and unfortunately dies of Gabby, who I absolutely hate because she is my shorty. Yeah, nothing else to say about it. Loved Sasha. Great character. Also funny character. I mean, in a show so grim and dull, it's nice to have someone that's actually lighthearted and fun. Also, she falls in love with a chef. I think that's so cute too. So sad that she died. All right, we have Theo Magath or whatever. He was one of the leader of the military of the Marlians, and at first absolutely hated him because you hate Marlians by the way that it's written in the POV of the Eldians. But as the story progressed and you start seeing that he is now faulted because he loves the kids, but also he's faulted with a debate on what is right and what is wrong, and at the end of the day he ended up choosing the side of just pure humanity. And him along with I think is Keith, the commander of the scout cadet corps, they paralleled each other in a way right here, and their ending was beautiful because they are two sides of a coin. They both looked after the youth and they both served in the military of both sides, and it was a great way to go. Very similar feelings about this character as I had with Keith, except we know much more about Keith, and I love him even more, especially with his backstory being in it. So he's gonna go at the top of good for me. I think he's gonna go. His ending was pretty cool, bro. I'm gonna put him right here. Yeah. All right, we have Odo, one of Gabby and Ko's friends, and he was also a warrior candidate for the Marlians. He was much more scared and timid of a character, but he was tall, and yeah, I mean, he was fine. I think I'm gonna have to put him in mid because again, didn't serve that much of a purpose. Put him right here. All right, we have Yuri Reese, which in my opinion, besides Historia, is the coolest Royce or Reese, whatever you pronounce it, family member, because he was the original founding father or founding Titan shifter, and he had a great relationship with Kenny, and it was a beautiful way because he turned someone that is so not sadistic, but so nihilistic that someone like Kenny could view him as a genuine best friend. And he was actually a really cool character. I think he is at the very, very top of good. If they gave him any more substance, he would have stepped up to great for sure. All right, now we have Willie Tiber. He didn't have that long in the show. He was kind of like a politician in a way, or like a figurehead of the whole Marlian movement. And he ended up getting wrecked. I think Eren killed him during the whole beginning of the last season. I mean, fine character. I'm gonna have to put him in mid just because he served one role and he served that role decently. I mean, I honestly put him right here. All right, now we have Yelena. Yelena is a really hit or miss character. A lot of people hate her, a lot of people like her. I didn't really love her. She was also very scary when they did that one scene where she was looking down. I don't know. I feel like it was kind of a plot character that they wrote in that was a little too convenient. I hate to do this, but I'm actually gonna have to put her in the bad section. I just didn't understand her character too much as a whole. I'm sure some of you guys might, and you guys can let me know in the comment section down below. But me personally, I'm gonna leave her there. All right, we got Ymir. Ymir was a fun character because she was one of the original Cadet Corps members, and then also just like Annie, she is also a Titan. However, her situation is a little bit different. She was a Titan that was just roaming the land and happened to eat one of the founding Titans, and then was able to get the ability of being like a human again, and so forth. Ymir was interesting. I liked her layers when she was just absolutely in love with Historia. Couldn't care less about the Eldian or the Marleyan war, just genuinely just was in love with her and wanted to protect her. And the way that she went out was also awesome. I actually think she's a great character, very layered character as well. We'll put her right above Historia. I enjoyed her a lot of a character. Zeke was a very complex character because he is a half brother with Eren. But with Zeke, first off, the Beast Titan, one of the most OP, especially long range Titans there is. The best long range Titan. But the thing with Zeke is you understand why he got there. He is one of those kind of antagonists, but not really, because you kind of see like, it's like Thanos. Like, you see why and how he got to this point, and I think he's a great character. Well written, served a great purpose in the story. I'm actually gonna put him even higher than Armin as a character. I would put him right above Annie. Yeah, for me, Zeke. I know I don't like him. Like, I was rooting for his death, but at the same time, he was a great character, and I can't doubt that. And then for this last character, she looks familiar, but I'm drawing blanks for some reason. I apologize. I'm trying to find it, but I can't seem to find her name. And yeah, so I guess that's the list. Yeah, this was a long one. This is a tough one too. A lot of interesting characters. And again, like an anime like this, it's really... I'm actually shocked that there's even this many mid characters, because there are so many good, great, and the best. Just absolute great writing in an anime like this, objectively speaking. It's personally not my favorite because Naruto is just that shit. But AOT was great, dude. And I hopped on the bandwagon and I was like, you know what? This is a fucking banger anime. I get why. It also brings up so many interesting topics that is relatable to our current day and age. But yeah, Attack on Titan as a whole, great anime, great characters. This is going to be the list. I got the GOAT, Levi, and then some of the best characters right here. It shouldn't be too shocking. Some great characters, good characters, mid character, bad, and then these three I don't remember. But yeah, if I were to put like 3 GOATs, it would be these 3, or I'd put Mikasa too, because honorable mention. But ultimately, I think that GOATs section is reserved for one guy and one guy only, and that is your boy Levi. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about these characters, whether you guys disagree or agree, and let me know what other animes you guys want me to do, or TV shows. I love TV shows as well. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you guys haven't, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, or whenever.